right, so we're recording. Let's go ahead on and go live. Okay, let me see. Okay, there we go. Let me get this plate situated on Patreon. Let me expand my window so I can see what's going on. Alrighty. Okay, so what we need is a link. Okay, so let's see. Move this out of my way. My little workstation. I'm so excited. This is gonna be a good show. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my spirit. Y'all know how you get when you just know something like good is about to happen? Okay, let me see. Let me go ahead on and collect this link for the children. We have so much to talk about. I'm so excited. So excited. Like Janet got me so excited. Okay, let me see. Okay, so the link. Okay, everything is in order. All right. Let's have. Okay. All righty. Oh, shit. Y'all are so fast. Hey, Ahmed. Hey, Angel. Hey, Justin. Y'all are fast as fuck. How did y'all get here that quick? Oh, you know what? Because the notification. Okay. Hey, Ronzi, baby. I feel like you tweeted me something on Twitter and I meant to respond back and I don't think I did. But y'all are fast. Wow. I'm up here talking my shit and whatnot. And y'all were already in the house. Okay. Hey, Brianna, baby girl. I'm excited about today's conversation because we do have some interesting things to talk about. So I'm excited about today's conversation. How are y'all doing on this afternoon? Y'all doing okay? Y'all feeling good? Y'all feeling good? How y'all feeling? Okay, hold on one second. Let me, real quick okay. 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 So let me go back. All right. Hey, Quinn, baby. You ready for the play? Yes. Okay, so let's hop directly in. I was wanting to wait for legendary mother Ashley and Darby because they both contributed to the conversation with regards to space travel. Hey, Michael, baby. Space travel and all that shit that, when we go deep into the conversation, how we like to do. That X-Files type shit, right? They were contributing to the conversation. And, I was watching some videos on YouTube. Actually, one of the videos that Darby had recommended, I was watching that video. And then I started to watch a number of other videos from that particular creator. I think their name on YouTube is Seeker. So it's not one person. I think it's one of those like SciShow type channels on YouTube. No, Michael, I did not get it. You sent me the Facebook, or you sent me the email through Patreon, but when I went to my Facebook, I didn't see it. I'm wondering if you sent it to one of those, if you sent it to that, because it's so weird how Facebook has this set up. Somebody created, how did it happen? I created a so-called fan page, but then somebody else created a fan page, and then somehow they got merged together. And then sometimes Facebook flips me in and out. So currently they have me flipped into my personal page, and maybe at another time they'll flip me back into the fan page. But I'm not exactly sure where you sent the email, or if you sent it to my personal one, or if you sent it to that family. Yes, Ashley has arrived. I was just talking about you, Ashley. I was waiting for you to get into the comments. So that, because I want to get your feedback and I want to get your thoughts on this space travel conversation, what we're going to be having. But Michael, try sending it to my personal one if you haven't. But if you have, for whatever reason, it's not showing up on my unread emails. I'm not seeing it. So I believe you, obviously. So it's no shade. But if you want to send it to me, then send it to me. But I trust you. I know that you're hounding this girl down. But I think you're hounding her down. But I don't know if she's necessarily pressed, because she may view it like I'm not a big enough name for her to work with, perhaps. Which, again, I can't fault her for that. If that's how she feels, that's how she feels. But I love you, Dan, for actually going out of your way to, connect with this girl and say, listen, there's someone who you need to work with, whatever the conversation may be. But she's not really, on her end, I haven't gotten anything from her that would illustrate, or that would outline interest for me, or from his end. He just had a baby. Okay, well then, it's fine. So that's the thing. Okay, so when he decides, like, you're finagling it, but when he decides that he wants to, get back to me, or when he has the time rather, then we'll make it work. Cause I definitely want to put this together. It's very overwhelming because I want it to be right. And that's kind of my issue. Some days I just be wanting to, in my conscious mind, I'd be thinking, well, just do it. Just shoot a video. I was telling my partner, I said, there was this guy we had gone to his friends who actually lives in our complex, and we had gone to his house and had some other friends come over. And anyway, as we were sitting on the porch, there was this dude sitting in the tennis court. He had his little camera going, and I was like, oh, he's probably shooting a little YouTube video. And he was dancing in the tennis court, right? And girl, he was breaking that shit down. He was trying to serve you Janet or a little pinch of Paula Abdul. And girl, I looked at my friend, I said, well, maybe we could shoot our damn video. Hey, Steph Gorgeous. Girl, it is not too early for wine. Girl, it is 5 o'clock somewhere. Girl, you better crack that bottle open. Okay. But this conversation is about to get real deep in just a hot second. But let me just finish this one statement, and then we'll get into the real conversation of what it is that I want to serve the children of the world on today. So I was thinking, what if we just did kind of like an Azealia Banks type situation to where we serve the children like a cute video, but like maybe like a low budget cute video where it's kind of like ratchet but cute. I don't know. But he was just like, oh no, you better come through London. Come on through London Bridge. But he was just like, he said, I don't think that would be good. I think that would be tacky. But see, he also was not as out the box as I am. So sometimes he don't really see the vision the way that I see the vision. So maybe he's right, but maybe I'm right. Who knows? Isn't that the interesting thing about life though, which is what we're about to crack this walnut open right now, like the nutcracker? Isn't that the thing that's interesting about life? You really don't know until you know. So it's almost like, okay, what if I did the video my way, released it on YouTube, and all the girls chopped it because it looked a pickle? And then what if I released it on YouTube, and then all the girls got their life and the shit exploded on the scene? See, when you start talking about the multiverse and all the parallel universes, so forth and so on, somewhere in the universe, we've done both. So on one planet, I've done the video and it was a hot pickle. And then on another planet, I did the video and the girls got their life, bitch, and it propelled me into superstardom. Who knows? Who really knows up until you know? Hey, my love, how you doing, Perry? You doing okay? Let me see. You said, also, I'm not sure if your Facebook is the one that shows you ripped for the guys with that beat face and the Mickey shirt. What? Girl, ripped for the guys? Girl, I ain't been ripped for the guys. And Millennia, girl. So that must be, I don't know whose Facebook you sent that to. I mean, I'm trying to get back to that point because I did go to the little Higgy, the Higgy station at Kroger, and she did tell me I dropped a sickening 8 pounds. So bitch, I'm definitely trying to get back in shape, girl, so that I can give you what I was giving you a few years back in terms of my body, girl. I want to continue to advance mentality-wise, but in terms of this body, girl, I do want to be snatched for the guys. What's interesting is, on some parts, it's like I kind of like being more meaty, but then on other parts, I be feeling like, girl, sometimes when I look back at my older images, and I be like, ooh, I forgot I used to have abs, girl, like legendary abs, you know what I mean? But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. You said sticking to sugar-free drinks definitely helps with, you know what, you're right, Nunya, you are totally right, but the only thing is, I think somebody sent me something on Patreon. Somebody has sent me an email. Hey, Clint, baby, how you doing, my love? I just noticed you made it into the show. And for everybody else that I have not personally acknowledged, welcome to the show. I love you down. Girl, sit back, relax, and enjoy this show. But oh girl, you know what? I ain't even mad at this stuff. Listen, here's the bottom line. If Weight Watchers works for you, go ahead on and do it. See, that was never my issue with Weight Watchers. Obviously, to a certain extent, I know that it works. But the issue what I have is when I feel like people be lying. And it's not just Oprah. It's Beyonce. It's all these celebrities that sit there talking about boxed hair colors like they actually use that shit, bitch. Do you really think that? It's not to say that you can't dye your hair with L'Oreal, but do you really think that? Do you think Beyonce is truly dyeing her hair with L'Oreal? That's a lie. So that's the issue that I have. The issue is not so much that it doesn't work. The issue is when I feel like these rich celebrities are selling you products that they know good and goddamn well they don't use. That was the issue that more or less that I had. It wasn't so much that it doesn't work. It was more that, Oprah, you don't use this program. You know you don't. Hey, Sophie, baby, how you doing? Hey, Brandon, I just noticed you made it in the house. But, so to me, it's like, it's something that you don't use just seems a little bit, it seems disingenuous when you're promoting it. So I always felt that way, not just about Oprah, but all the children. When they're promoting makeup or skincare, they don't be using this shit. But here's what I'm saying. to me, here's when I think about Weight Watchers, what I'm thinking about is the overall program. Right? So the overall program. So when you're using the Weight Watchers, of course they have the points, whatever the case may be, but of course they're pushing the entire conversation. They don't want to just push one aspect. They're pushing the entire package, which is, okay, the point system, but then if you really want to stay on top of things, girl, order these TV dinners. Because we put it in the perfect portions, girl, the points are already counted for you. Like it's a whole lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's like, okay, Oprah, realistically speaking, bitch, you're not doing all of that. What it is you have a chef who knows your itinerary, and then they create the meal for you. And all it is you're telling them, you said, the program's just meetings. I wasn't aware of that. Oh, now see, I wasn't aware of the meetings. That's the girl, and that I wasn't. You know, maybe I was aware of it because I think I saw an episode of Sex and the City where Miranda, you know what? No, I did know that, but I just forgot about it until you just said that just now. I did know because on Sex and the City, Miranda was on Weight Watchers, and I think she showed up and they weighed her and was taking her body fat percentage, etc. But in any case, yeah, that's always just been my issue is when I feel like it's a person promoting a product, whether it's from Weight Watchers on down to Maybelline on down to whatever the case may be, these girls are not using CoverGirl. They're not. And not that there's an issue with CoverGirl, but Beyonce is not beating her face before a red carpet with no CoverGirl, Miss Thing. Let's just be realistic. She's not. Now, she maybe on her off day, she may have a lipstick, but in her real life, she's buying the high quality stuff, the shit that these girls, hey, Darby, baby, I was waiting for you to get in here so we can really start the conversation about space, time, travel, and all that good stuff, because you and Ashley in particular, engaged the conversation with regards to what I was saying about the telescopes, etc. So we're going to get into that in just a moment. But what I was going to say was, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like if these girls, hey, and you know, I be wanting to say your name, but I don't be wanting to butcher it. So is it Ali or is it Al? Like, how do I say this? Is it Ali? Is it Al Lee? Like, when I see you, I just say, hey, gorgeous, because I don't be wanting to butcher your shit. But tell me how to say that, my love, so that I know how you want me to pronounce it. On your recent table read, you said the lady braids look like, well, girl, you said your cousin be doing your braids? Well, girl, no shade, as long as they look good, honey, but Miss Thing, you said, is that Alay? Is that Alay or Ali? Because I feel like I'm having a blind moment, so you have to forgive me, girl. I feel like that's Alay, but, like, almost like Olay, but Alay. But I could be wrong about that. So, I just sent it to your Instagram. Okay, so I'll go ahead on down to my Instagram once the show is over, because I actually have to, you said, girl, call me, girl. Okay, if that's what you want, I want to call you what you want to go by. But if you want me to call you I'm going to call you Hot Mama, girl. I want to call you something that's legendary, girl. Hot Mama, hey, Hot Mama, what's going on? Girl, because that's like I'm trying to holler, hey, what's good? Right? I got more respect for you than that. So it's Hot Mama. If I'm not gonna call you the name that I can't pronounce, then I ain't gonna just call you a letter girl, So, but anyway, so having said that, let's get into this conversation. And this is going to be a good one. I want everybody to contribute. I want legendary mother Ashley and Darby to bounce their ideas off of me and to counteract some of the things that I'm saying, because I know that they have some additional information that I may not be privy to. So this is going to be a good conversation for the boys and girls of the world. So let's hop directly into this plate. So in the last table read, these braces, girl, fucking the kid up. But on the last table read, what I did, I talked about how I felt that the image, what they just produced, and I don't know, Ashley, did you ever Google it like I told you to, so you could see exactly what I was looking at? This image, what they've produced, that they sent back to planet Earth, apparently, or allegedly. To me, I felt like it was fraud. I could be wrong. See, I'll say this before we continue any further. I'm open-minded enough to acknowledge the fact that I could be wrong. And maybe the photo is completely and totally legitimate. But to me, that shit looks like some shit that was created in a computer lab. It don't look real to me. You said the image is on NASA's Instagram. I saw it this morning. You said I saw it in color. It was very fake. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Darby? It don't look real to me. And so to me, and then the fact that Earth, a planet that only reflects light, not produces it, is so visible from Saturn, but yet you can't see the moon, you can't see other stars, you can't see the sun, or even a reflection of the sun, just was very, what's the word? It was very suspect to me. And so I'm curious, you were telling me about the telescopes, and I think what your point was is that they have these massive telescopes that, basically can see into space, and then they calculate certain numbers, and then we're able to kind of create an image around that. And maybe I you said I sent a comment back. Oh, you did? Okay, I didn't see it yet. I didn't see your comment yet, but I'll read it after the show. But in any case, is what I'm saying about your comment, is that fair, that you said that the telescope looks out into space and then they can kind of like calculate and see what they think it looks like, something to that effect? You said for talks like this. Okay. I agree. Girl, I'm telling you. You said, are we talking about the two spiraling galaxies? Hot Mama, we talking about all of that. All of that is about to get wrapped up in one cute burrito, and we're going to serve it to the children of the world once a day. But I'm just trying to, before I continue, I just want to make sure that I'm kind of on point. I don't want to put words into her mouth, because I have a few questions, but I just want to make sure, and I have a few statements about that, but I just want to make sure that I'm on the right path with regards to how I perceived the comment. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to like go into the comment if I'm wrong about what I thought it meant. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to get some clarification to make sure that that I was correct. Hey, Queer Kenny. Hey, baby, how you doing? You know what, Ahmed, I do believe in parallel universes. I think that there's so much. See, let me actually clarify. I'm not going to say that I believe in parallel universes. I'm going to say that I don't not believe in it. Meaning, I don't know that it exists. I don't know that it doesn't. I believe that it's possible. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I think it's possible. So what question did you ask on my computer? Oh, no problem. So what I was asking was, earlier on the table repost that I had posted, you had said something, you had left a response, regarding the latter part of the post, with regards to my suspicions on some of the images, what we see. And I think you said something along the lines of, there's massive telescopes that they have that look into space, and then they calculate the information, and then it's sent back, and then they're able to kind of, fill in the blanks of what they think it looks like, something to that effect. I mean, am I putting words in your mouth, or is that kind of what the point was? And if not, if I'm wrong about what you said, just say it again. Like, can you leave it in the comments, just so that, and then of course, we have the audience can help me kind of understand if I'm still confused. You understand what I'm saying? But I just want to make sure that I'm clear on what exactly you were saying about the telescopes in particular the telescopes. Okay, that's what you were saying? Okay, so here's my question. My question is this. Darby sent me a video. And with the video, what he sent me, and Darby, are you still with us? I haven't seen him in the comments in a few moments, but I just want to make sure so that we can have both of you kind of counteracting what I'm saying, just to kind of keep me in check. But having said that, he sent me a video, and with this video, it kind of, I would say it was in alignment with what you were saying with regards to how the telescopes work and how they're able to get this information and then process it and send these images back to say, okay, well, we think it's this color, we think it's that color, so forth and so on, right? Okay. You said that's sort of what that video said. Right. So here's my thing. To me, I feel like what y'all said makes perfect sense, but the only thing that I feel is questionable is nowhere in there are they actually presenting you with certainty. Now, what do I mean by that? When I was watching the video that Darby sent me, like I said, it basically agreed with your statement, Ashley, basically saying that the telescopes, so forth and so on, they calculate the information, and then they're able to generate images of what they think. See, this is the key component of the conversation to me. Think. What they think it might look like. So, to me, I find it very interesting that a society of individuals, scientists in this particular instance, that they are basing information as facts on a conversation that they admit they only think this is what it is. So how can you present a conversation as a fact And everybody it takes this as okay. So many scientists agree that this is what it is. How can you present that information as a fact when you yourself have just admitted, not you, but I'm talking about the scientists in the video that Darby sent me, when you yourself have admitted that you only think this is what the images look like. You're processing stuff, and you're based off the information you're getting. This is what you think. Because, for instance, towards the end of the video, the lady was like, "Oh well, you know, that's how we were able to." I can't remember what the name of the planet was, but she was like, "This is how we're able to know that there are mountains there, or how we're able to put the mountains in the image and put the water in the image and put this and put that in the image and put all these different calculations is because of this." But the whole thing that to me was underlining was you keep saying think, what they think. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one is actually saying what they know. They're all saying, well, based off of this calculation, we assume, we think, we surmise. Like, it's all a bunch of guesstimations, educated guesses. But an educated guess is still a guess. You know what I'm saying? So to me, sometimes when I hear people who are so like, again, to be clear, I'm more spiritual, so I'm not a super religious person. But sometimes when I hear people that are like so judgmental about it, aren't we all just doing the same thing? Like, aren't we all, hey, Colette Gorgeous, hey, Supreme, I didn't even see Supreme come in. Aren't we all doing the same thing? Everybody is just believing in something that makes the most sense to them. But when it's all said and done, it's all an opinion. It's all theory. It's all guesstimations. Nobody actually really knows the truth because nobody has actually been to Mars. Nobody has actually been to Saturn to really know how the climate is, whether or not it's this or that. You know what I'm saying? It's all a guesstimation based on a calculation that could be flawed. And here's the reason why I want to go a little bit deeper into that. Today, we all agree with the information that's being presented, right? I think that most people would say that they agree with the information that's being presented from the scientific community. I think most people would agree with that. But the conversation for me is all throughout history, you've had astronomers, you've had scientists, you've had doctors. And all throughout history, they've been proven wrong. So to me, it's a situation to where I think we're at a point in time where we have the most information that we've ever had, but having more information doesn't mean having a complete analysis of the information. Do you know what I'm saying? Just because you have more information doesn't mean that you have the full picture. You just have a little bit more. So in other words, let's put it like this. Think about a big ass puzzle. It's a big ass puzzle, right? Big ass puzzle. And suppose the Egyptians and the Romans had put the first 13 pieces. Okay, now here we are 2017. Let's just say this is a 3,000 piece puzzle, right? So the great Egyptians and the Romans, so forth and so on, let's actually highball it and say they had the first 100 pieces. Now let's say we're at a point to where we have 500 pieces. Okay, with those 500 pieces, we have a better idea of what the image is going to be. But at the end of the day, we really don't know how it's actually going to pan out. Because we can assume, okay, well, I see what looks like half a planet. So I'm guessing this is going to be a puzzle of the solar system or of this or that, right? You can assume that. And that would be an educated guess because you're basing it off of what you can actually see and what your calculation is based off of the pieces that have been put together. However, what if there's a painting on my wall that I hate because this is not my painting. This is my partner's painting. But I ain't going to talk about it too bad because his best friend made this painting. But the point is, there's a painting on my wall that is a painting / puzzle. I don't know what the fuck this thing is. But the point is, it's on my wall and it's E.T. with some thunderbolts, a cloud, a road, and some red shit. I don't know what this shit is. But the point is, okay, going back to my example, if you only saw a corner of this, you think, okay, I see thunderbolts. So maybe this is a storm. Right? Nothing in your mind would prepare you for E.T. Nothing in your mind would lead you to thinking that somewhere in this puzzle, E.T. is going to pop up. Because nothing, until you see him, you're not thinking about his ass. Like, there's no reason for him to be there, but somehow he's there. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying, girl, you know what? Because I don't want to hurt his feelings, girl. So I'm not going to put him on blast and put it on Instagram for y'all. But I'm trying to figure out a way that I can show y'all one day. Maybe what I'll do, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but girl, it's just a hot pickle. Just trust me, it's a hot pickle. The thing is, it actually could be cool. I don't know, girl. I be trying to see the bright side, but I don't know if there is a bright side. But it's a painting that. Anyway, girl, we just gonna leave that off to the side. But the point I'm making is you never would have thought E.T. up until you got to that point. So what I'm saying is when these scientists are talking, the way I perceive it is you really don't know. We are literally putting pieces of a puzzle together when there are millions of other pieces that we haven't yet collected. But yet we're making statements like we know exactly how it is. So when I hear different people like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I respect him a great deal. But sometimes I even question him because how does he even know? He's very educated. But the information that he has is also based off the information that someone told him and that somebody presented to him. All the stuff that he knows are not based off of experiments that he himself has conducted. Some of it is based off of what Einstein put together. Some of it is based off of what another scientist put together. There's one guy that he uses as a lot of his examples, who he respects and who he models a lot of his theories after. So my point is, everybody is just trying to get closer to adding another piece to the puzzle, but nobody can really with certainty say this is how it works. So when I hear people scientists talking about wormholes, for instance, and black holes, the question that I have is, how would you have any concept of how a black hole works when no human has ever been near one? How? How do you know that? Like what information do you have that could legitimize or validate what you're saying? What do you have? And the only thing what they can present to you are guesstimations. Well, our theory is this. Well, theoretically speaking, hypothetically, it's all none of it is certain. And so you said I'm trending. I don't think so. Hopefully not, because this is not for the rest of the world, girl. This is just for my children. But having said that, so how do they know? You said, yeah, some scientists are elitist. Some of them think they already. You said that hold on a second. Some of them think they already are always one step ahead of the other people when they haven't. Right, and that's what I'm saying. And let me be clear. I'm not saying that the scientists are wrong. I'm just saying that we should, because for instance, I was watching something last night, which was so odd because I had just done the table read. I had just uploaded that. I think I did it yesterday. Just done the table read. And then they had recommended Joe Rogan. He has a podcast on YouTube. And I watch it from time to time. It just depends. I mean, I don't think it's on. I think they put it on YouTube, but I think he has it on iTunes and so forth. But you said you need to create a new UNL title. You're right. No, I am. I think these girls might be our people because I think the time of day, maybe a lot of people are available. Now, once we start hitting like 200 girls, then we'll know that we've truly been infiltrated. But right now, I feel like it's possible that the children that are watching may be our people. Realistically speaking, when you calculate how many people we have in our camp, wait, when you say I'm trending, what does that mean? Like, all I see is 40 people. Am I missing something? Am I trending? Like, I don't understand what's going on. Now I'm lost in the sauce. I'm totally lost in the sauce. But let me read James's. I'm trending on the main page. Oh, see, yeah, that's I see. On my screen, it's not showing that. But let me read James's comment real quick. It says, science is hypothesis, experimenting, and theories that are backed by facts that either may or may not be true or only work in certain conditions. But see, even in that, like I said, see, again, I can concede that point, but that's not really for me the issue. The issue is when people, as Ashley just put it, can come across as elitist when it comes to a conversation regarding science. I'm not here to say that science doesn't work or that it doesn't matter, because I agree. I think that it does matter. I think it's very important. And I'm the type of person who, when you're talking about, for instance, although I'm not a religious person, although I'm a spiritual person, my feeling is this. I never understood people who say, I don't believe in anything else in terms of like things that are outside of our realm of understanding. So God, for instance, now again, I've already explained to you guys what I believe God means. God is just a label that we give an entity that we don't yet understand or that we can't comprehend. That being said, to me, just because, and I've already had this conversation with you guys, so I'm just gonna, say it again, but just because you can prove through science how something came to be doesn't mean that it just happened. Again, I can prove through science how cakes are made. Does that mean that the cake made itself or that the cake was made by mistake? Just because you can prove how a car works doesn't mean the car put itself together. So my conversation is there's still a lot we don't understand. There's still a lot we don't know. And I think it's incredibly arrogant to pretend that because a scientist has not co-signed something, and because a sign or because they have co-signed something means that all of a sudden that's what the truth is. Because then also too, you have scientists every day telling you, don't eat bananas, they're cancerous. Eat bananas, they're amazing. Don't eat blueberries, they're a hot mess. Oh, go ahead and eat those blueberries, they're amazing. Their opinions change from one moment to the next. From one statement and one experiment to the next. So there's very few things that can be proven through science as a concrete fact. Do you know what I mean? There's certain things like compounds and so forth, but in terms of the bigger picture, there are very few things that can be proven through science. And I think when there's a conversation that can be proven through science, the evidence through science does not negate the possibility that there's something bigger just because you can prove how it happened through science. And I don't understand why people are, it's just like the people who are anti, Western medicine, who are like, oh no, it's bad, I'm all about Eastern medicine. I don't see why you can't have both. See, we live in this world where people force you into either or. It's either this or that, red or blue, Democrat or Republican. People are always forcing you to be one thing or the other. But I think that that's our small thinking. I think in the bigger scale of the universe, there's a multitude of possibilities constantly happening at all times around the clock. Something that Darby, the people he put me on to, Seeker, I had gone to another video that they had, that they were recommending. And what they had, I think, I'm trying to put my words together in terms of how they were explaining this because I only watched it once, so bear with me. You said, hold on, hating Western anything is the new trend now. Honestly, people just like to feel like they're better. Right, Ashley, and that's my thing. Like, my thing is this. Let's just say a person is ill. I believe that there is a place for Western medicine and Eastern medicine. Why can't you do yoga and get chemotherapy? Why can't you do like a mixture of things? Why do it got to be one thing or the other? Why does it have to be only Western or only Eastern? I feel like there's a harmonious blend of both. I don't understand why people make it seem like you got to be one thing or the other. I really don't get that. But that being said, for me, there was a video that I saw. You said it used to be Discovery News. Is that what it was? Okay, wow. Didn't know that. Okay, because I think I actually came across Discovery News a while ago, but I didn't realize that was the same situation. But okay. But so here's my thing. You said holistically, but you want to know what? Henny, here's my thing. I'm not saying that it's bad. But all I'm saying is, there's a place for both. The issue with Western medicine, and here's what I can admit, because I don't have a problem acknowledging the truth. You understand what I'm saying? The truth. But here's my thing. The issue with Western medicine is they could be doing a lot of good, but Western medicine is tied into capitalism and money. So anytime something is connected to money, it's immediately corrupted. At least that's the way I view it. I feel like the reason why politics and medicine and the FDA and all these other different organizations, so forth and so on, the reason why they aren't doing as much as they could be doing is because they view it more as a means to an end. Like, okay, by doing this, we can make money. Instead of by doing this, we can help people. So I think that as a species, the goal is to always propel forward, to advance and to become better. It's just like when you have children, for instance. You want your kids to have it better than you had it, correct? So let me just give you an example. Let's just say my mother, for instance. My mother didn't have a cell phone, right? So that was not a part of her experience up until later on in life. However, my experience is the best of what my mom was brought up in, as well as where we are in life currently. So I'm tech savvy, but I also have what my mom passed down to me. So I don't see why we can't bring holistic to the forefront along with technology. Why does one have to get left behind, or why do we have to disregard another in order to acknowledge something else? I don't understand why. I think that all of the ancient secrets of the Chinese and the Egyptians and this one and that one, I don't see why we can't continue to do what they did and to perfect that, and to also build on top of technology and continue to, advance. I don't see the issue. The issue is not technology. The issue is not medicine. The issue, in my opinion, is not so much Western medicine, more so the individuals that are using that as a weapon. People who are using that to get, because it is used as a weapon. Anytime you can heal a person, but because you want money, you're withholding the cure. Instead, you just want to, all you're doing is kind of alleviating an issue, not actually fixing the issue. What you're doing is you're keeping that person hostage, because you could help that person, you're just choosing not to. You see what I'm saying? That's the issue. That's the issue, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to take this conversation a little bit deeper. Are you guys ready to go a little bit deeper? Because I have a theory, and this is, we're about to go there. I don't think that will ever happen, because people have so much pride and ignorance to disregard research and agree with someone else. Okay, I see your point on that. Okay, now we're about to go a little bit deeper, and y'all know how we get down. So is Mother Steph, girl, how's that wine? How's that wine treating you, girl? Because a little bit later on, girl, I'm about to buy me a few bundles of, you know what, girl, some legendary Mary Jane or Susan, just depending. And then I'm also going to have myself potentially a cocktail, potentially. But y'all know I don't really need that cocktail as long as I got some Mary Jane off to the side, but I digress. You said, but we always have money. Exactly. We always have money for war and bombs and stuff like that, but that's a whole nother. Hey, Car Trashing, baby, you said, Q, I'm at work. I just want to say hi. Well, I appreciate that, my love. And of course, as you know, we're recording this session, so you're going to get all this as soon as you clock out. Okay, my love? Okay, so here we go. We're about to dive a little bit deeper. So let's go. I had a theory. I was watching Seeker after Darby recommended them to me. And it got me to thinking. Well, actually, no, I was watching Seeker, and then I went to another channel called Strange. I forget what their name is called. But it's something Strange something. And I started thinking of a theory, because they actually presented the simulation theory, right? In other words, all of this is just a simulation, right? And then their thing was, but if that were true, what's the point, right? Let me just give you a theory. So, thank you, my love. Thank you. But let me give you this quick theory. Has it ever occurred to anyone, just thinking out loud here, just thinking out loud, has it ever occurred to anyone that, okay, before I go into that, let me actually first start by saying this. Has anybody seen the new Independence Day? Has anybody seen that? Because that'll help me illustrate this point. Assuming you have seen it. Okay. So I'm going to try to describe to you this picture, and then I'll go into my theory. So in Independence Day, there's a scene where this object appears on the moon, I want to say it was. And instead of us trying to understand what that object is, right away we attack the object. And then what happens is there was some type of orb, a huge white orb within the sphere that they grabbed just before this other spaceship arrived on the scene. Okay. Later on, in the film, I don't want to go too deep into it just in case you guys may want to watch the film. I'm just trying to give the basic points so that I can make the next point in terms of my theory. But later on in the film, they find out how to how to communicate with the orb. And basically what the orb is saying is, we were a group of people that were physical beings, much like yourself, but we advanced to a point that we implanted our consciousness. We implanted our consciousness into the ether so that we are neither physical nor non-physical beings. We're neither or. So their consciousness was in this orb, right? Okay. Now I'm just trying to paint this picture so that I can move into the point. Has it ever occurred to anyone that what if billions and trillions of years ago there was... Okay, actually, let me take a step back because I think there's some more background information I can say to make this more clear. Think about your body, right? So I'm giving you a lot of tea, and then I just, so try to follow all the points that I'm making, and then we're going to put it together like the puzzle, okay? Think about your body. Within your body, there are trillions of cells throughout your lifetime, right? Trillions, right? Okay. Now, sometimes people develop certain autoimmune diseases, cancers, so forth and so on. Now, what is that? That's when certain cells go rogue. They're deformed, and then they keep replicating deformed cells, so forth and so on. And now we have a problem on our hands. So that's that. Okay. So there's two things. Number one, has it ever occurred to anyone that what if Earth is the cancerous cell? And what if the sun is the healthy cell? Right? And what if Earth is a parasitic cell that is circling the actual resource, constantly taking from the resource? And perhaps the moon too, at one point, was a resource that is now dead. Right? That is now dead. Because maybe we took the resources from the moon. Who knows? Over time. But here's my thing. What if the elevation of humankind is to somehow, way or another, cure ourselves of the cancers of Earth? Meaning, okay, we're on a planet that has resources, but what do? We destroy them. In one way or another, we destroy them. What if there was a way? What if the overall objective is for us to evolve in such a way that we within ourselves inject our consciousness into an object that can never be destroyed? So, example, this computer can always run so long as someone is operating this computer. So suppose I somehow injected my consciousness into this computer. That means theoretically I could live forever. The only thing is, I would be enjoying my life without harming the planet. So I'm living, but I no longer need to eat. I'm living, but I can travel from here to Egypt without using oil or gas. I could do all the same things and experience the universe without having to harm the universe. What if that's the overall objective? What if we could elevate to a point that we could create a one-time only android? So let's just say Mother Steph. We could create an android in her image and somehow create a synthetic brain that can house her consciousness. And then she would then leave that body behind and be in this android that moves and talks and experiences things, but that has an inner working, solar-powered situation that doesn't require food or water, but still gets the enjoyments of it through stimulation. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, is that a movie? Oh, well, see, there you go. Isn't that, but to me, that makes sense. Why not? Why not? You said, but isn't that like a little dangerous? Because if we are using computers, our consciousness can always be hacked. No, but by the time we get to that point, we would have already figured out how we can. It won't be a situation where the girls can literally hack. It won't be a situation where everybody's computer is connected. Everybody will be separate. You'll be your own consciousness. So what if that's the overall objective? Because what if we got to that point? You said, would you lose? I don't think you would lose your humanity, because you would still be a human. It would just be let me ask you this question. Were humans during the process of evolution? Were we humans then? Or were we something else? And when I say humans, what I mean is, were we not still on the same trajectory? Meaning, whether we started as apes or gorillas or whatever the conversation may be, whether we started at that point, is that still not a part of our history? So if we evolved into something else, it would be the same thing, just different. So you see what I'm saying? So in other words, we still are those beings. We're just different. So the cavemen, we're still that. We're just different. We've just evolved into a different type of caveman. And in some ways, we're still animalistic and still that way. But what if we, and when I say, let me be clear, when I'm talking about putting our consciousness in an artificial human or an android type situation, it would be your thoughts. It would be you. So it would be just like we're still talking just like this, just that our consciousness will never die. So that means we can be in outer space. We can travel to other galaxies forever. We could travel for millions of years and never die. Because because you have to think about this. What made you conscious to begin with? What is it? Let me see. It says, sorry for this random thought, but I miss... No. We're going to get back into movie night, because I was actually going to do it the other night and then had a long business conversation with my partner, and then that shit was just taxing the fuck out of the kid. So after that, I said, girl, okay, I can't do it, because I was so drained. That conversation went on for hours. Because one thing we were talking about was... We're talking about, we have two patrons here who are artists and graphic artists, and, they offered their services, and we were just trying to, discuss, what is it that we want to do? Like where can we put them in the bigger picture of what it is we're trying to do? So that was a long few hour conversation. We had drinks, and it was just, by the time that's the thing too. Sometimes it's so interesting because there's so many benefits, and this is just in general, not just for me. Okay, see you, Alex, my love. But this is just an interesting thing. Let's shift a little bit, and then we'll make our way back to the conversation. You said it's that movie with Johnny Depp. Oh, so you know what? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. Anyone remember at the end of the live Grinch movie where Whoville was inside of a snowflake? What if our entire galaxy or universe is inside a single cell? Oh, I wouldn't put it... I could easily see that being the case. Q, are you still looking for a virtual assistant? It's something that I, at some point, am definitely, no, that's something that's still on the table, but, let me get back to you about that. That's something that's still on the table. You said, let's first fix the anti-gay people, then fix the other areas of our brain. Well, but see, that's just the thing, though. I think when it comes to, okay, where do I want to begin with that? Because there's too many. See, we could literally go talk for God only knows how long about this, because it's so interesting and there's so many directions you could take the conversation. I don't think that the answer to humanity is to get everybody to agree with one ideology or lifestyle or thought process. I don't think that that's the answer. Because again, there are people that have thoughts and opinions that you probably don't agree with, that they probably feel if only we could get these gay people to see it our way, things would be just fine. So I don't think that making people agree with you is the answer. I think I'm not going to say this is the answer, but I think what is more beneficial is learning how to exist with people who see things differently from you. I think that's the issue that we have, is being able to communicate a point and understanding that everyone's not going to agree with that point, and then being okay with that, and being able to live your life knowing that everyone is not going to agree. I think if we could learn to do that, not just in words, but also in practice, I think we'd be a lot further along. This is one of the reasons why I'm pro marijuana. I do believe that if these girls would take a few hits from this blunt, I do believe that things would be a lot easier, because bitch, how you gonna be mad? How you gonna be mad? Hey, my love, how you doing, Eugene? How you gonna be mad with someone after you just took 2 hits from this blunt? No shade. A person who was homophobic ain't gonna give 2 fucks. They're gonna be like, girl, well, you know, you gay, and maybe I don't agree with that, but live your life. Be happy. So what? So what? I don't agree with it. It's against my beliefs, but whatever. I do think that speaking of holistic, speaking of things of the earth in Eastern medicine, marijuana is one of the oldest medicines. Honey and marijuana, bitch, are one of the oldest natural medicines on the planet. And so to me, I feel like, bitch, this is the shit we need to be investigating, and this is the shit that we need to pass it along, girl, like Patti LaBelle told you. Don't block the blessings. Grow this herb, roll this blunt, light her up, pass it on along, and girl, enjoy your life. Until we figure out how to inject your consciousness into this robot, girl, enjoy your life while you still have one. You know what I mean? Because I do believe we'll be able to do it. But let me read your comment, my love. It says, listen, as a straight guy, once my friend was anti-gay, I come to gay, wait, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. The sentence was a little broken, but I understand where you were going with that. And you know what? I'm not mad at you for that. I think that people in the LGBT community, including myself, appreciate your support and appreciate, you know, your alliance. I think my point is, which, you know, again, you can feel the way you want, and that's perfectly fine. All I'm saying is I think that if people could just learn to let people live their life, whether you agree or disagree with how they're living it, so long as it doesn't affect you, I'm not exactly sure where it's any of your concern. I think that it's a moot point, and it's truly a waste of time to sit there trying to persuade somebody to like you or to agree with you. Because at the end of the day, the only person who truly's opinion actually matters in the equation is your own. How do you feel about yourself? Do you like you? And I think oftentimes what you'll find is people are so pressed on trying to convince others of their importance or their talents or whatever the case may be, that they forget to actually convince themselves. They themselves don't even believe in themselves. I think that and you know what? I understand that though. Because you want to know what? I was one of those people. Not so much that I wanted people to accept me as a gay man per se, but in that I had this mentality that if I could just get a job at Walmart, if I could just get a job at McDonald's, if someone would give me a chance, then I could reach my full potential. Then I would have the capital to actually go on and do the things that I've always, you know, wanted to do, or the things that I'm meant to do. If only somebody would see it and give me a chance. So it was always me wanting others to see in me what at the time I truly didn't actually see in myself. And then we have these conversations with ourselves where we convince ourselves that we believe, but we really don't believe. Not when you need other people's approval in order to function and maneuver. You understand what I'm saying? Anytime that's your conversation and that's the point of your argument, that you want people to see you the way you think they should see you, that to me indicates that even you don't see you the way that you want. Because a person that feels is okay with who they are and understands that, hey, some people are going to get it, some people aren't. They don't have to sit there and, okay, well, why don't you get it? The Bible, this and that. Yeah, well, we can have that debate, but at the end, they're going to walk away feeling the way they feel. You're going to walk away feeling the way that you feel. I think that there's a time and place to have a healthy debate where you can have that conversation and where you can, you know, point out what you think and why you think it. But I think that conversation is best saved or is best had with people who are coming to the conversation wanting to have a conversation, who are objective and open-minded, knowing that, okay, this is what I believe, but if you tell me something that makes sense, I'm willing to change my perspective. But oftentimes you have, when these conversations, whether it's from sex to politics to sexism, feminism, whatever the conversation may be, you have two parties coming together with a strong opinion who really aren't coming to have a conversation. They're coming to batter you and to bludgeon you over the head with their view. And when you don't get it, then you're ignorant, you're stupid, you're retarded, you're this, you're that, and then the conversation just goes into dissent because nobody actually came to have a conversation. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I think the real, again, if we could just learn to really have a real dialogue and really and come into it knowing, like I said, when we came to this initial conversation about the planet, and I think someone said, Justin said the conversation took a left turn, and it did take a left turn, but again, we're family. That's what makes this beautiful. You see, I think when you're having a organic conversation and it's a natural conversation, you know, it's gonna change gears. You know, we planned on going in this direction, but now we're here, and you know, that's okay. And it's, as long as it's an organic conversation, let's roll with it, right? Like, why stop the natural flow of the conversation? But getting back on topic, you know, my thing is, you know, when I came to this conversation, I came to the conversation with an open mind, and I really wanted to hear, from Darby and Ashley in particular, because they were the ones who commented on the last thing, and I wanted to hear what they thought about some of the things that I was going to say. And I came to it open-minded. I came to it wanting to hear information that perhaps I wasn't privy to, that I didn't know. Something that maybe they have some answers to some of the questions and suspicions that I had. Like, that's how you should approach a conversation. Not like you are coming to win a debate or you want to, you know, argue someone down. I think that, you know, like I said, you can have debates when both parties are open, but I think more often than not, that's not the case. So that I think that's the problem. And I think in the LGBT community, it would be smart of us to fight for things that make sense to fight for. Acceptance is something that can't be won, because either people are going to see it for you or they're not. And for the people that don't see it for you, that eventually do see it for you, are people that are open to the conversation. But a person that is dead set on, I don't agree with this, you're wasting your time. Why not spend that time to enjoy your life and to better yourself and to actually be around people who do want to be around you, instead of, you know, projecting your ideology or your theories or your thoughts onto people who have no interest. It's a waste, in my opinion, it's a waste of time. And so I think that as far as the LGBT community is concerned, I think we fight for things that make sense to fight for. So what is that? Legislation, rights, equality. So to me, that has nothing to do with your opinion. That has to do with, as a human, I have the right to marry who I want to marry. I have the right to have the same protections as everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And so outside of fighting for stuff like that, like legislation or like rights and amendments or whatever the case may be, I think it's moot. I really don't understand I don't understand having a debate about what someone's opinion is. So what? So, okay. So you think being gay is wrong. Okay. So good thing you're not gay. I don't understand. To me, it's just a waste. And it's a conversation that I don't, you know. But anyway, let me read some of the comments. Okay, Steph, I just see your comment. I agree with you. It's a waste unless it's about your rights. I totally agree. Let me see what Henny said. Henny said, I find if you just keep doing good, people will gravitate to you slowly but surely anyway. And yeah, for sure. I think that in general, people gravitate to what makes them feel good, right? So if you are full of goodness, then people will gravitate towards you. The right people will gravitate towards you. Why make somebody who doesn't want to be around you be around you? Why not just live your truth, be happy, and then people will naturally want to be in your presence. It's true. I mean, let me tell you something. I've gone out so many times on my own to have drinks, waiting for friends. And then before my friends get there, I'm here it is. Now I'm having drinks with 4 and 5 different people that I've only just met. You want to know why that is? Because when I go to the bar, I order my 2 shots of my Moscow Mule. The music is playing. I'm feeling good. I'm sitting there. I'm moving my shoulders. I'm having a good time. I'm there to embrace that moment. Because that's really what life is. Do you realize that? That really is. Ultimately, life is nothing but a series of moments stitched together, realistically speaking. And all you can do is from one moment to the next, get the most out of it. You understand? So for instance, right now, we're having a moment. We're channeling currently. In this moment, we're having a dialogue. Us. The best thing you can do right now in this moment is to enjoy what's happening. If you're enjoying the conversation, enjoy it. Soak it up. Contribute to the conversation. But let's just say you're sitting here, we're having this moment together, but all you're thinking about is, oh my God, I gotta go to work tomorrow. Oh my God, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. You're thinking about a million and one other things that haven't occurred yet. We're here. Focus on this. Does that make sense what I'm saying, you guys? And I think that I try my best to live my life that way. And for instance, for myself, when I get stressed out, let me tell you why I get stressed out. All of the time that I get stressed out, all of the time that I become overwhelmed, you want to know why that is? It's because I'm thinking about shit that I don't got no business thinking about in the moment that I'm currently living in. So I'm sitting there, oh my God, YouTube is being shady. Here we go again. Oh my God, I got to create this, that, and the fourth for my main channel. I got to do... Okay, but why don't I just focus on what's happening right here and right now? I find I'm at my best when I'm in the moment. That's when I'm at my best. Now, I will throw this into the conversation. Granted, you have to a certain extent, plan certain things. I understand that. But I think what happens is people go from planning to obsessing. There's a difference. So in other words, let's just say today I say, okay, no, here's an example of something that's about to happen. So when this show is over, I'm going to prepare to go into the city. I'm going to hang out with my Judy. I'm going to buy me some ganja, and then we're going to kiki. We're going to play video games, so forth and so on. Now, we've already made that plan. I made the plan. I'm not obsessing over it. So in other words, if I were obsessing over it, I wouldn't even be able to do this show right now because I'd be thinking, okay, we're going to get the weed. Is he going to follow through? What's going to happen? I wouldn't even be able to focus on this because I'm so focused on that. So it's all about being balanced, being in the moment, and knowing that, and leaving room for error. Leaving room for things to go wrong. Because guess what? And that's another thing too. In life, what I find to be true, and this is the thing that throws a lot of people off, they don't know how to cope. Now, when I say cope, what do I mean? Okay, so let's just say you create a plan. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to go to the movies. We're going to go to dinner. Right? But suppose you get a flat tire on the way. Instead of you being able to cope with that, instead of you being able to deal with the circumstance in the moment so that you can get to the point that you made the plan for, the whole thing is thrown off. Oh my God, I'm so annoyed every time and completely and totally shot to hell. Instead of it being, okay, you know what? Let's call AAA. Okay, let's do this, let's do that. We could do Uber. I have a friend who lives up the street. They can take I'll leave the car, the key. I'll pay for their Uber to come and get them because they're only a mile or two away. I'll call AAA. I'll leave my key under the thing so that they can, once AAA comes, they can take my car. Like, there's so many ways. And then we can catch the Uber into the city. Like, there's so many ways. But as humans, what happens is if it doesn't happen exactly how we envision it, we become so defeated. And you would know what, you guys? I'm okay and you're okay because at the end of the day, we're humans. And so I don't want you to think that just because we do this, because trust me, I do it too. But I'm aware of it. I think when you're aware of the human mind and how we process things and how we respond, you can deal with it better because you know that, okay, this is natural. And you don't beat yourself up. Because trust me, I don't give a fuck if it's Oprah. I don't care if it's Abraham Hicks. All these different people who claim to have all the answers. I don't care. Everybody goes through this shit. Trust me. I don't care. Because, a lot of times these life coaches, when they're on stage, I feel that a lot of times when they're talking, the tone of the conversation comes across like they have all the answers and that they figured it out. No one has figured it out. Again, you have to be in the moment because to have figured it out would mean that you're like God or something and that nothing affects you because you have all the answers. No, Nobody has all the answers. But you want to know what? You want to know what? At the end of the day, here's what you do know. You can control this moment. You can choose to enjoy this, or you can choose to be distracted. These are our options. From one moment to the next, you can make the choice to enjoy it, or you can choose not to, enjoy it. And if in fact something happens to you in the process from A to B that throws you off, let it run through you. Okay, you know what? I'm pissed the fuck off because this bitch tried me. Right? That's natural. That's okay. But then don't let that destroy your entire day, is what I'm saying. Like for me, for instance, I had did a car vlog. I just purchased the camera. Where is it? Okay, hold on. Okay, maybe it's in the bedroom. I don't know where it's at. But anyway, just purchased an inexpensive camera so that I could give you guys car vlogs. I actually purchased a new car mount and a camera so that I could serve you guys car vlogs. And in any case, okay, here it is. You know, I'm leaving Best Buy. First of all, a lot was going on. I can really start from top and make my way down. But in any case, I was leaving Best Buy. And this woman, she wasn't paying attention. She almost hit my damn car because I was going straight and she was trying to merge into traffic to I'm going straight this way and she was trying to like go around so that she could make that left. But she wasn't paying attention. She almost hit my car. And so I cussed her ass out. I sure did. Girl, cussed this bitch out. Served her a legendary tongue lashing and went on about my day. Now, I was a little aggravated for the next minute or so, but here's what I realized. Okay, nobody was hurt. Like, okay, yeah, she's a dumbass bitch who, again, here she go, sipping on this pumpkin spice latte with her extra whipped cream and caramel. Okay, but I'm alive. She's alive. Nobody got hurt. And then I continued kikiing on the vlog that I was doing. Then I continued to kiki. That, to me, is because I'm aware of the fact that shit happens. You have a right to experience what's going on in the moment. The only thing what I would tell you, again, is to not hold on to it. Don't dwell. Don't wallow in it if you can help it. Because sometimes certain things are a little bit deeper to where I think it's okay. So let's just say somebody that you care about deeply transcends. They pass on, right? And now they're experiencing something else on a different level, right? Now, I can understand you. I can understand you being in that moment for an extended amount of time. Understandable. One thing that I try to do, I had the conversation with my mom, but I feel like sometimes having these conversations makes people concerned about you because they think, okay, girl, why are you talking about this with me? Should I be concerned? Because here's my thing. I told my mom, I said, Mommy, and I can imagine how this would sound strange because when you have kids, the idea is you'll die before your kids die, right? But I told her, I said, number one, I told her what I'd like to happen in the event of my untimely passing. And then and I also told her, I said, listen, if I go before you, look for me in orchids. That's where you'll see me. So whenever you come across one, if you want to contact me, whenever you see an orchid or see one on TV or in a grocery store or wherever, just know that I'll be in that area. I find the orchids to be majestic. I feel like they are majestic. So I told her, I said, just look for me in that. Like if you see an orchid, then you can communicate with me that way. If you're thinking about me and that pops up, then that means my energy is surrounding you. If you're thinking about me and that pops up. So if I'm gone and you want to communicate with me, look for that. Now, why do I say that? I think, to me, if I were to pass, I know my mother would be very hurt by that. But by having that conversation, I feel like she would know that, okay, I'm very sad about it, but there's still a piece of him that's around me. Because he told me before he went how to communicate with him. He told me what to look for. He told me that if ever I so I feel like more people should communicate and say, hey, if something happens to me and you ever want to find me, look for me here, look for me there. So that when it happens, they'll know, oh, that's my mom. That's my dad. That's my friend. That's my sister. That's my this. That's my that. Because they told me. You know what I'm saying? So I try to tell people, But see, like for instance, my partner, he is very weirded out. Exactly, Miss Queen left. That's how I view it. So it's like I'm still doing whatever I'm doing throughout the universe, and maybe I can't tell you exactly what that is because it's a different way of communicating. But you want to know what's so strange? I was today. See, I be feeling like the universe be communicating, but see, I don't know if it's because my mind is open to it or if it's my mind creating images. But I was out. You said you'll be in the tequila section. You would have come through, bitch. You said, now, bitch, anytime you see that Patron, bitch, there I am. Girl, so I'll be with you in the club. Girl, I will be at the bar, girl. You will see me. But, so I was taking Felice out earlier today. And let me tell you what happened. Let me see how I can explain this. Because, again, y'all know this should be far out, right? So, right, Donald, that's what I'm saying. But I think, too, like, for people before they pass, I wish to tell their loved ones, this is what, when you hear this song, that's me. Anytime you hear this song play, that's me. Anytime this movie comes on, anytime you see this or whatever, so that there's specifics. You know what I'm saying? But yes, that's exactly the point, Donald. The things that he loves, etc. Hey, Zach, baby, how you doing? But here's what happened to me earlier today that I don't think it was, I'm starting to learn that when these things happen, I don't think they're weird anymore. I try not to think they're weird. I still think those two people coming to my house were strange, but I digress. Let me say what happened. I'm sitting here with Felice. How do I describe this? Okay. How do I say this without it sounding crazy and without it sounding totally out the box? Well, it's going to be out the box, but, hopefully it'll make some sense. I was walking her, and the way I walk her is I walk her into the woods, okay? And I saw her look and do that little thing where dogs will turn their heads. And Tamaya used to do this. So let me take it a step back, and then I'll bring us back to what happened today. When I lived with my mother, why I believe I'm not claiming to have all the answers, but I'm open and I'm humble enough to accept the fact that there was a lot more to what's happening than I can even potentially process. But when I lived with my mother, and Tamaya and I, this was even before Anais, and even during Anais, because actually they both would do this. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'd be sitting there with Tamaya, and then all of a sudden, she would look up. She'd be turning her. What you hear is, hold on a second. Kappa, calm it on down. Thank you. Because, girl, she was about to start carrying with this little dog toy. So anyway, she would look up and turn her head like there was something there. And then I would look, and it would be kind of creepy to me because I'm like, what the fuck is she looking at? What is she hearing? What is it that she is experiencing that I'm not privy to? Because there's clearly something. I just don't know what's going on. Okay. Then when Anais came around, same thing. They would both look up like, what's that? What's going on? Both. Not one, but both. In my bedroom, no TV, no noises, just the house. Just the house. Okay. Why do I say that? Is because I think that animals, we have the benefit of having conscious thoughts where we have rationale and we can, okay, if we do this, that happens. We have that. But I think that animals, the blessing that they have is they don't have all the noise that humans have. Now, what do I mean when I say noise? I think as humans, there are so many moving parts to what our experience is. Relationships, career, religion, this, that, and the fourth, politics, philanthropy, this, that. Like, there's so many things that are interests, like hobbies, what we like, what we don't like. There's so much. So, a lot of times, things that are otherworldly go over our heads because we're not looking for it. Because we're so complex that our minds haven't set aside the space and time in our brains to process what is happening around us all the time. Whereas a dog and cat, they're simple. They're simplistic. So all the shit that's happening around them is a part of their experience because they're open to it, because they're not pressed on jobs and this, that, and the fourth. So I feel like they're able to pick up on shit that we don't pick up on, which is the reason why a person can walk into a room and a dog right away will know, because it's not about what they're doing. It's about something that we ourselves don't even exactly understand how it works, but it's an aura. We name it that. But my point is, I believe that's real. How is it that a person can walk into a room and before anything has happened, the dog doesn't like this person? Why is that? Because there's something that we carry around everywhere we go. Something that is not tangible. We can't see it. We don't smell it. We can't taste it. It's just a part of our being. And as we go out throughout the world, animals can sense that, like, bad. They don't say it. They don't have the complexity to describe it in the ways we would describe it. But good, bad, dangerous, danger. Like they know it when they're in the presence of it. So now let me fast forward. Today, I was taking Felice out and we were in the woods where I take her. And she started looking like something was going on. Her ears, And I look, and I don't know how to describe this, but how do I describe this? I'm trying to think of an example that I could even give you. It's like I saw something, but I didn't see anything at all. I saw a multitude of people, but I didn't see anything. I'm trying to describe this in ways that'll make it make sense. Like, how do you see and not see at the same time? I can't even put it into words. It was a multitude of people. Like it was a multitude of people. Or maybe they weren't people. I don't know, but it just felt like people. And it was like I could see them without seeing them. And in that moment, I was like, I shook my head because I felt like I was seeing what she was seeing, or at least sensing it. Maybe I didn't see it at all. Maybe it was just a sense that was so strong that my mind generated the what I thought I saw. But I sensed it, and I had to do like this because I saw what seemed like a bunch of maybe spirits. I don't know. And so then I thought, what if everywhere you go, you're walking through this energy, this source? Everywhere you go. It's like, let me maybe put it like this. Let me put it like this. And I could be wrong, and I know we have some people who are more inclined to science, so you guys can correct me where I'm wrong in terms of what I'm about to say. But everything is made up of like atoms, right? And what determines what you see or how an object is put together is how tightly put together those atoms are, how dense they are, right? So in other words, how do I want to describe this? Everything around us, to a certain extent, is solid. Even the space that I'm moving in is solid. But it just so happens that the atoms that are in the space that I'm in are loose enough to where I can move through this. I'm trying to describe this. So, here's maybe a better way to describe it. Maybe not. I don't know. And then maybe I'll have to come on another session and put my thoughts together and describe it in another way. But think about it like this. You have two worlds here on Earth, right? You have above water and then you have underwater, right? Okay. Those are two different worlds. Those are totally different experiences, right? Okay. To us, walking down the street is nothing because it's just air. But to a fish, that would be the equivalent of being underwater. Does that make sense? So, or rather, it would be the equivalent of a human being underwater, rather. So, to a fish, they view navigating through water the way we view navigating through air. Both are true. To them, water is not a thing. They don't understand it in that, we're swimming through this object that is water. To them, they're just walking through it the way we walk through air. But it's just that it's put together a different way. The compounds came together a different way. So it's above and then you have it below. But my point is, we're walking through this shit day in and day out. But I think because we were brought up knowing, okay, oxygen. Okay, when this comes together, this is this, that, and the fourth, etc. And so it's not even that big a deal. We don't see the beauty in that because we see it, we breathe it, it's not a big deal. But what I'm saying is it's oxygen is something that is a very real thing. What we're walking through is a very real thing. And what I'm saying is I think that I think we don't see it, but I think there's more to it because what the fuck are these animals seeing? What is it that they're experiencing that we don't see? You know, here's maybe another way to describe it too. Okay. Maybe not. And then if not, then I'll just take it in this new direction that I want to take it in. But like, think about The Sims, right? The Sims. And I like using them for a lot of examples because I find that I just think that it makes sense to use them because I find that it makes sense when I'm trying to make my point. But follow me if you can. So think about The Sims. They're walking, they move, they walk, so forth and so on. But everything they're walking through is solid. It's on a solid screen. Everything about it is solid. So when you're playing a video game, have you ever played one of those video games where they have the aim? Have you ever noticed how as you move, the aim never actually moves? The thing that's moving is not the aim, it's everything else around it. So what I'm saying is it's all one big solid thing, but I know what I'm trying to say, I'm just not putting it together right. It's all one big solid object, but what am I trying to say? I know it's like in my mind I'm saying it, but I'm just trying to put it into words. With The Sims, they move around. They move. But it's not because that Sim is separate from her background. It's not because, so it's like a painting almost. It's like like a hologram. It's like it's all one thing. But it's just there's that dial in the middle, and then you have everything that cooperates with it. It's all just cooperation. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so in other words, I wish I could better put this picture I'm having in my mind together. In other words, how do I want to say this? I really can't even, it's like I see it in my mind what I'm trying to say, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's just cooperation. That's all I'm saying. It's cooperation. Everything has been put together in such a way to where we can navigate through it, but it's all one big thing. It's all the same thing. It's all generated from the same thing. So in other words, when you look at your arm is the same thing as the moon. It's the same thing as the sun. It's all the same material. It's all the same thing. And everything that you know and everything that you experience is being generated within that object. And it's all a part of the object. But you're able to navigate through cooperation of said object, but it's all the same thing. So you literally are the sun and the moon and everything else that you can conjure up. We are. But the compounds and everything came together in such a way that, okay, so this is going to go this way, that's going to go that way, but it's the same thing. It really is. Like, it's like I know what I'm thinking, but it's not coming out the right way. Like I said, maybe what I'll do is I'll come back and do a table read to better explain what I'm trying to say on a different point. But it's literally, all I'm saying is, it's all coming from the same source. So in other words, if somebody had the technology, if we really went into it, somebody can illustrate how Steph is my cousin. Darby is my cousin. Ashley, Donald, Annabelle, Cogme, Eugene, Angel, Ahmed. Like, we're all literally coming from the same stuff. I mean, you have to think like, okay. And then that's another thing. If you literally took, hey April, how you doing, my love? I think, and I've had this conversation before, but if you really look into like insects, and if you really look into all the fish and everything there is, it's all the same thing. You can see how gradually how things split apart. So to me, I can connect a spider to a human, but there's all the different, the thousands of insects in between, the thousands of other things in between that had to evolve before you got to the monkey, and then before you got to the caveman, and then eventually where we are today. But it's all the same thing. Like, I can literally see how a lizard could be related to an earthworm. I can see that. I can see how a crocodile could be a T-Rex. I mean, it really, just think about this. I know it sounds crazy what I'm saying, but just really think about it. Like, it's all the same shit. Because you want to know why? We see crocodiles every day, so we don't see it as majestic. And that's one thing that I really do think, that while you have people praying to cows and cats and all stuff like that, really, the real majestic animal is the crocodile, the tortoise. Those motherfuckers are goddamn dinosaurs. I believe it. Because let me explain to you why. A crocodile is set up the exact same way a dinosaur is set up. They got the same exact type of scales. When you look at these pictures of dinosaurs, it's the same type of scales. It got the same type of mouth. It got the same type of tail, the same type of arms. It's just an evolutionary version of what you would have seen millions of years ago. But when you go to the zoo and you see a crocodile, you are literally looking at a dinosaur. That is how I view that. I feel like a crocodile is a dinosaur named a crocodile. Just the same way how, right. And you know what? And I agree with you, April. Actually, so we'll get into that in just a moment. Don't let me forget. But we're going to get back into that. But what I was just going to say real quick is, think about a cat and a lion. They're related, but one is huge and the other is tiny. That to me is a crocodile. I think the crocodile is a cat, or is the equivalent of being a cat versus a lion. Am I making sense? Like, it's the same thing, just one is super small and one is fucking huge. That to me is what you see. I feel like you and Shane know too much. Child. Well, I just question everything. That's my only thing. But okay, so now let's get into these birds. I agree. I can see, if you really focus in on on how they are, then you can see how they're like a pterodactyl. Bats. A bat is literally, to me, an evolution of a pterodactyl. I feel like bats are probably one of the oldest types of birds. I think that birds evolved past bats. But I think that bats were probably the first type of bird outside of the pterodactyl. I think that if you look at a bat, to me, its setup is very similar. And it's very primitive. And I think that the reason why the birds probably expanded and started to evolve past that type of setup is because, like, bitch, no, we need to do our hunting. You said, so you don't believe in extinction? It's not so much that I don't believe in extinction. I believe that not all the dinosaurs died. And I don't think that... And I think what they had to do was they had to shrink. Bitch, we're too big. We need too much damn food. If we can start shrinking ourselves down, like if we can start, or maybe what happened is once the asteroid hit, maybe there wasn't a lot of food to go around. So maybe they had to eat less, and over time, their bodies began to shrink down because we don't have food. We don't have enough food. So we need to, through evolution, we need to shrink so we don't have to eat as much food. Do you see? Like, I think that most of the dinosaurs probably died, but I don't think they all died. Because you have to think, if they all died, then how the fuck are we here? Like, how the fuck are any of the animals here? If everything literally got wiped away, then how are we here? Plus, I think a rhinoceros. A rhinoceros is another type of dinosaur. I don't see why people don't get that. I don't see. To me, it's literally a dinosaur. It's literally a dinosaur. When you look at a rhinoceros, that is a goddamn dinosaur right before your eyes. But because we were raised knowing what that is, a hippopotamus, another type of dinosaur. All of these things are like dinosaurs, in my opinion. All of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And when you look at some of these whales, a lot of these whales are exactly the same as some of these prehistoric marine dinosaurs that they have in museums. I mean, I don't see why people don't connect those dots. It's literally the same thing. I don't see why everybody thinks that literally all the dinosaurs died, because they obviously didn't. Because when you go to the zoo, you're looking right at one. You're looking right at one. So wait, is everybody, you said hippos are more like horses. But see, here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I will agree with that, but I also can see how it's a version of a dinosaur. And let me explain to you why. To me, a horses, giraffe. Okay, let me explain. Horses, giraffes, bears, mooses, all that shit, cats and dogs are like the same thing. I feel like you have different versions of the same thing that branch off, depending on what they need. Depending on the climate, depending on the region, which is the reason why you only find certain animals in certain locations. But what I think happened, if you look at the planet, and if you were to put them together, everything fits together like a puzzle. I'm sure most of you have seen this. So here's my point. I think that you're right, but what I think happened was, once the tectonic plates, or whatever you want to call them, the actual land part of Earth started to shift around, things evolved in a different way depending on where the planet, or depending on where the continent shifted to. So for the animals that were left on Africa, the part that is Africa, I think that they evolved a different kind of way. The ones in Europe and Asia and Russia and all that shit, a different kind of way. Antarctica, I think they all went a different kind of way depending on where they were when all the shit started to split apart. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're right, rats too. Because one time I used to bath, and I told my partner, I said, you know what? I realized when she's wet, she literally looks like a big rat. That's the truth. If you wet a cat, they look like humongous rats. They do. And then one time when Samaya killed a rat, when I looked at it, I realized how they have whiskers. They have a similar face to cats and dogs. They're just, the difference between them is that they're gross and they'll eat and do anything. Although cats and dogs, depending on where they are, they may eat and do anything too. They may live in sewers too. You just don't know. But what I'm saying is, you said chihuahuas are more similar to rats. For sure. But here's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this. If I were to go on Photoshop right now, and if you were to give me pictures of every animal known to man, or in womankind, I can put those animals together in such a way to where you can see how, oh shit, it went from this to that to that to this, and break it down to the fish to lizards. Like I can do it all because I see it. Like I can see it. I can see it. I can see how it started with the fish. The fish have a similar face to lizards and geckos and shit like that. It went from the geckos, it went from the fish to like geckos and then frogs, and then it went from that shit to fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like I can pinpoint all of it. Yeah, Komodo dragons, all of that shit, I'm telling you, those are motherfucking dinosaurs. I'm telling you. But just because we see them with our eyes all the time, we don't see it that way. We don't see it that way. We really don't. And like I told you, if you really were to look, just look at a bear. Google a bear. Look at his face and or her face. See how their face is set up. And then go look at a dog. And tell me that it's not very similar. So similar. A horse. There may be differences in the way their teeth look. Or maybe differences in the way their body turned out. But they're more similar than they're not, in my opinion. And then when you look at like gorillas, right? Gorillas and different apes that they say we are related to. Look at their face. Look at the nose. Let me just Google it for myself real quick so that I can describe to you what I'm saying. I'm gonna get two images pulled up. Let me Google this right quick for y'all. Bat. Hold on one second. Let me go to image. Okay, I want to get kind of an up close. situation popping. There we go. Let me pull up a gorilla. Okay. See, we're about to bring this shit full circle, bitch. Google. I thought I already... Okay, hold on. Google. Okay, there we go. Pull up a gorilla. Okay, now let me go to an image. Now, if you want, you can do the same thing I'm doing just so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. But look, now I got both images pulled up. Now let me go back to the bat. Look how similar they look. They look like they can be related. They have the same exact motherfucking type of nose. I mean, they have a similar brow bone. I mean, it's like the same shit. So, I'm telling you. In my opinion, Polk, I feel like rhinos are dinosaurs. What's a dinosaur? I mean, to me, when I think about some of the dinosaurs that had the horns on their nose, they had a very similar setup to rhinos. I just think that what has happened is they have evolved. So like I said early on in the conversation, if you go back into our evolution, well, but then, okay, so then dinosaurs were mammals then. Simple. That's the way I see it. Because if you're saying that, oh, well, a reptile is a mammal and da-da-da-da-da, okay, fine. Then that means dinosaurs were mammals. That's that case closed. or case solved. You know what I'm saying? But here's the point that I'm making. Just because we have evolved past cavemen, and if you were to find the bones of a person from hundreds of thousands of years ago, just because they look different from how we look today, does not mean that we are separate. I feel like we're still the same. We're just different. We just evolved. So in other words, the first car ever made is still a car. Just because the technology has advanced and cars of today look nothing like the first T-Mobile or Ford, whatever the shit was that they had, the T-Bird or whatever the fuck the shit was, those years ago, just because it looks totally different doesn't mean that, oh, one is a car and the other one is not a car. They're both cars. We just have better technology and we have evolved and we have new features and things that those cars didn't have. But it's still the same thing. It's still a car. An airplane is an airplane regardless of the technology and when it was created. If it's an airplane, it's an airplane. So all I'm saying is, if you were to look at the dinosaur in particular, let me see if I can find that. But real quick, go ahead on and Google a bat and then Google a gorilla. Put those images side by side and tell me they don't look similar. Tell me they don't look. When you're looking directly look at the nose. Look at the nose. Look at the setup of them dark ass eyes, bitch. I'm telling you. But hold on, let me Google dinosaur. Okay. Let me find the one that I want with that horn on his nose. Okay, let me see. Where am I looking? Okay, here we go. Okay, now let me Google a rhino. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Oh my God. Like, are you kidding me? Like, look at this shit. Look at this shit. You gonna tell me that if you look at it, and this is literally a damn dinosaur. Like, this is not a normal animal. Like, I'm looking at the image that they have of a dinosaur, of the one in particular with that horn on his damn nose. Let me see if I can find another one. And then this shit right here looks like a goddamn kangaroo. I mean, I'm telling you what's going on. I'm telling you. Like, I'm literally telling you what it is. Like, I'm not saying that it's the exact same thing. I'm just saying that these are the descendants of dinosaurs. They did not all die. What I'm saying is they evolved. You don't see how a bat got the same nose as a gorilla? Okay, well, maybe I'm the only one, but I know the image that I have, they look very similar. But that's fine. But let me just move on to this, to what I was about to say. When he said, yeah, and I'm telling you, like, I can see how all this shit is connected. I'm telling you, I can show you how all of it has similarities, and I can show you. You said, no, I see it without looking it up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they have that same type of nose, that same type of thing. It's like, it's not that different. I think, and then what about the squirrels that can fly? What about them? Like, I'm telling you, like, it's all about evolution. The shit you said, oh, I just got a text message. But it's all about evolution. And so when you see these animals, what you're seeing are animals that changed for their surroundings, that changed for their survival, that had to make sense of what they were dealing with. So when you see a horse, that's millions and millions of years of evolution. And when you see that, what I see is a descendant of dinosaurs and things that we claim all died off. But really, it didn't. Now let me go to a crocodile. I'm telling you. See, I love having these conversations with y'all. Oh my God! Like, please, can y'all please Google this, please, so I'm not alone? Please just Google it real quick, please. Please, I can't be alone right now. Girl, I can't be alone right now, girl. I need somebody else up in here to Google this shit. So they can see. You said, but exactly. But see, Brandon, exactly. But sharks look like some prehistoric shit. Okay, Google a crocodile. Well, really, you don't have to Google anything else. Or you could just Google. Okay, let me actually find. Okay, so, oh my God, I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Okay, my ADHD. Let me focus real quick. Let me tell you exactly the dinosaur I want you to look up. I need this image to clear. Is this? Oh, this ain't really that clear. Oh my God. Okay, so oh my God, I'm looking at a lot. Okay, let me first find something for the crocodile. Then we'll move into some of the other comparisons, and then we'll keep it moving. But let me scroll down. I hate that some of these images are blurry and they don't have. I can't see the names of some of these dinosaurs so that you guys can look them up. But okay, let me see. Here's a giraffe. I'm looking at a giraffe dinosaur. Okay, but I digress. Okay. Where is... Well, no shade, girl. Why not just use the goddamn T-Rex? No, with all due respect, shit. I keep going past one. Or no, this one is better. Who is this? What is the name of this? Maybe just Google dinosaurs so that you're looking at the same shit that I'm looking at, and that way, when I come across it, I can just tell you what it is. Let me come back to the comments, see what the children are. So, Google dinosaurs. You said take a pic of them on your phone, and you can show us on camera. Where is my fucking phone, bitch? No shade. Hold on a second. Girl, you said, oh my God, Google alpaca and Taylor Lautner. Girl, you tried it. He said alpaca and Taylor Lautner. Girl, you tried it. Hold on one second. And where is my goddamn phone? Okay, here we go. Okay. So, let me just... Okay, how do I live? Okay. I'm trying to, Okay, thank you. Okay, here we go. Let me take a picture of this. It's gonna be real difficult for me to get this shit to show up, though. Okay. Okay, let me see if y'all can see this. Tell me if you can see this. Hold on. Now, what does this look like to you? What does that look like? Can you see this? Hold on. What does that look like? What does that look like to you? A crocodile, right? Don't it? Oh, shit. Hold on. Fuck, I'm like all the way off the screen. I'm trying to move over, but the more I'm trying to move over... But this is a dinosaur, boo. That's a dinosaur. Hold on, let me put the... Can you see his arms and shit? Look, that's a goddamn dinosaur, boo. That's a dinosaur. A dinosaur. Don't that shit look just like a crocodile? What's the difference? The only thing that happened was whatever the fuck this shit was like, nah, boo, we ain't gonna make it like this, girl. We need to shrink down and turn into something new. That, to me, is a crocodile. I'm literally looking at a damn crocodile. Oh, I hate the way this looks. Okay, there you go. You're literally looking at a crocodile. That's a goddamn crocodile. That's what I just showed you. But that was a dinosaur, is the point that I'm making. You see what I'm saying? So, and now let me show you another animal that looks like a rhino. Now I'm gonna show you the next one, okay? Or first, let me show you a picture. Well, then again, no, we are. I think we're in agreement that was a crocodile. So let me move to the next dinosaur. Well, first let me. Well, no, I don't need to do that. Okay, let me just go here. Okay. Okay, let me see. Let me find her. I just saw her and I lost her already. Where is she? Where is she? Okay. Where have she gone? Okay, let me click up out of this shit. Excuse me. Okay, where did that image go that I just. Well, first, let me show you this shit. Now, this is just an illustration, right? This is not actually well, they're all illustrations, but you get my point. Like, this is. Okay, let me take a picture of this guy now. Hold on. Let me get him in the picture. Okay. 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 Now. Now, is there a way for me to... Damn! You know what? Okay, hold on. I'm going to show you this, and then let me take another picture. Hold on 1 second. Let me... Okay. Now watch this shit, bitch. Watch this motherfucking shit, bitch. Let me take another picture. Well, first let me show you this one, and then I'm going to take another picture. Okay. Now check this shit out. You see this? Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, do y'all see this? Hold on. Now... To me, that's a kangaroo, right? Right? Hold on. I'm wanting you to get into the whole body. Can you see that? I didn't really get the tail in there good enough. Now, let me take a picture of a kangaroo and tell me that you don't see the similarities. Tell me. Tell my ass. Okay. That they don't have... That these motherfuckers don't look exactly this damn same. Just one is a lot smaller with fur. And I think those horns shrunk down a little bit. But this is the same shit. I'm telling you. Just look at this shit. Hold on. Let me get the face up in there. This is literally what I just showed you. If you add the horn on the top, that is literally what I just showed you. Now, let me go back to that other picture that I just took for you. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Oh, you know what? I can't. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Okay. Now, let me take one more picture. I just want to show you one more time so you can see it for yourself. Okay. Let me take a faraway picture so you can really get into what she's giving. Okay. Now, get into this damn image. Tell me that is not a similar image. Tell me that's not the same shit you just saw. Hold on. Tell me that's not the evolved version of what you just saw. Hold on. It's literally, all you're seeing, if you really pay attention, you're literally seeing dinosaurs that have evolved into new things. When people say, oh, they all died, I don't believe that shit. Because how can you tell me they're all dead when I'm sitting here looking at one? Oh my God, the alpaca... You really want me to see this alpaca, don't you? Let me look at this alpaca real quick. Oh my God. Alpaca. Taylor. Let's see. Oh. Well, I can see it. Wow. Well, at least it's a cute animal to be compared to, I guess. They big and furry. But he does, I can see it, for sure. For sure. That's a pickle. Yeah, a mammoth ain't nothing but an elephant. Exactly. I mean, come on. Like, girl. Come on now. A saber-toothed tiger ain't nothing but a lion, boo. All of that shit is the same. That is it's the same thing. It's just evolved. It just evolved into different things. That's all I'm saying. So, to me, it's like everywhere you look, you're seeing prehistoric shit. But we just don't see it that way because scientists have told us that all the dinosaurs are dead. But I don't believe that because not when I can see a crocodile. As long as I'm looking at this crocodile, bitch, there's a dinosaur that's alive, bitch, because that is a damn dinosaur, bitch. If you went back in time, I guarantee you they will look very similar to a damn crocodile just on a massive scale. just on a massive scale. They would have that same setup. And now let's look at a shark. Let's look at a shark. Let's go there. Any animal you give me, girl, I can find something. I can explain to you what her process was, girl. And you ain't gonna tell me this shit ain't got that prehistoric. You can't tell me. Girl, okay, let me take this picture, bitch. Girl, look at this ugly piece of shit. Girl, okay. No, this is a damn dinosaur fish, bitch. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling your ass. Okay, hold on. And then, girl, we gonna wrap up this show, girl. I love y'all down. See, this is the reason why we can kiki, girl. Because y'all like to get weird with me, girl. All the children don't understand our relationship, girl. But we get it. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Girl, I need y'all to get into this motherfucking shark dinosaur, bitch. Tell me this shit ain't prehistoric as fuck. Okay, hold on. Prehistoric as the day is long, bitch. Sitting up here serving us. Thinking she incognito, girl. You a damn dinosaur, bitch. You ain't fooling no motherfucking body, bitch. Thinking she cute. Now, you ain't gonna tell me that this don't look like some prehistoric bullshit. Up here telling you all these motherfuckers died in this explosion. Tell me. Look, hold on, let me wait for it to clear up a little bit. Can y'all, hold on, let me see if I can finagle it. I mean, what the fuck is this? What is that? It's a dinosaur fish, bitch. I'm telling you. Look, now let me go back to let me go to like marine dinosaurs. Marine. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see what they got for us. First of all, I'm looking at, they got a multitude of them. And girl, I'm looking at a damn turtle. Like I told y'all before, tortoises are dinosaurs too, bitch. Hold on. But I want one of the ones that's gonna really exercise. What the fuck is this? Hold on. Here's another modern day. This literally reads, here is another modern day dinosaur that was photographed by a Japanese crew that science tried to pass off as a frilled shark. Does this look like any known shark to you? That shit is ugly as fuck, bitch. Let me take a picture of this. If this shit is real, bitch, I'm telling you. See, that's what I'm saying. Scientists be lying too sometimes. They don't always want to give you the real tea. What the fuck is this shit? Okay. Girl! What is this? Miss Thing! Miss Honey! Man, what in the fuck? Bitch. Hold on. Let this shit clear up a little bit. Girl! Hold on. Hold on, bitch. Oh, no, wait. It's this camera. Hold on. Ooh. Y'all can't even hardly see that, can you? Okay, there you go. There you go, a little bit. Y'all see this shit? Bitch. Hell, that is some predator shit. Okay. Girl, these scientists be lying through their teeth, bitch. You know these dinosaurs didn't all goddamn die, bitch. You know they didn't. Girl, you see them every goddamn day at the zoo. The fuck? Girl, electric eels is another one, bitch. All this shit is prehistoric, Miss Thing. Trust me. They just be lying. And you wanna know what? I got another example for you, girl. I got another thing for you. Hold on one second. Let me pull this up for you. What the fuck am I watching? The fuck? Hold on, I got one more thing for you. Check this out. Check this out, bitch. Okay, let me see. Dinosaur. I got one more thing for you to make a quick point. One more thing for you. Okay. Is this a good... Can I do something? Can I get a better, more clear image? Okay, maybe this... Let me see how clear this looks. No, that's too small. Let me see. If I can't do better, I'll just go to the first one that I came across. Okay, let me see here. Maybe this is a good one. Nah, y'all won't be able to see that on my... Especially with the glare, once you incorporate the glare. I'm gonna just go to the first one. Fuck it. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm gonna make a quick point and then we're gonna sign off, okay? Because I gotta get ready to go. But again, cause bitch, girl, why won't? Oh, this phone. I need a new phone. Okay, here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. Oh shit! Now let me see if I can get the whole thing in there. we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, now tell me. Here's the last point I want to quickly make. Now, check this shit out. You see? Hold on, let me move it over. You see this shit? I'm trying to get the glare. The issue is the glare. Can y'all see this? Okay. Now, here's why I wanted to show you this. If you look at the fossils when they put together the entire body of the dinosaur, if you were to just look at the fossils, don't it make sense to reason that all this shit you see is an evolution of dinosaurs? Because the skeleton is very similar to everything that we know. Fish, humans, monkeys, cats, dogs, they all have that same type of rib cage, don't they? They all have that spine, don't they? They all have. Thank you, my love. I'm just seeing your comment, my love. Thank you. But they all have a similar setup. If it was totally different, and if all the dinosaurs died, wouldn't it be like a different type of setup? Why is it the same type of shit? Why can I look at a dinosaur skeleton and see a forearm and an elbow and a kneecap and a hip and a tailbone? Or the tail. I feel like humans used to have tails. They just shrunk down through evolution. That's what I'm saying. I feel like all of this shit is the same shit. I'm telling you. They lie to you and they act like, oh no girl, all these animals are dead. All these things died. I'm sure a lot of them did die. But I think for the ones that survived, they shrunk down. You know what? I knew that, and I appreciate you telling me that, my love. You just gave me the burst of power that I needed to go on down and get my life later on, so I appreciate you telling me that, my love. But do you see what I'm saying? You said it's because of something I remember learning from biology. Hold on a second. All mammals have internal skeletons. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, do you guys understand my point that I'm making? That it's all similar. Like, it's not like, oh my God, it's totally different. Like, I literally just showed you example after example of animals that look very similar. They just shrunk down. I'm kind of trying to illustrate how, we look at these dinosaurs and oh my God, what would it have been like to live with dinosaurs? But we live around them every day. We live around things that are prehistoric every day. From birds to fish to cats to dogs. Everything you see is just a version of something else. Because even dogs are descendants of wolves. And what are wolves descendants of? So it's all just an evolution. We are the ones who kind of manipulated the situation with dogs and cats to kind of breed them into a certain thing. But my point is, what did it start with though? It came from the wolves. That came from what? So it's all just an evolutionary situation. It's all just a situation to where you said not so much insects though. They don't have bones at all. That's true, but at the same time, I feel like the insects don't have the skeleton because their body is the skeleton. And I think because that shit really doesn't work out in the bigger picture, I think that again, things began to evolve past that shit. Like, okay, girl, we need some shit to protect our organs, bitch. Because this ant is sitting up here with this big ass butt sitting off to the side with all her organs in it, girl. But we need something to actually house our organs, bitch. Because I don't trust this shit, bitch. If something were to fall over top of my head, girl, I'm out for the count. I need something in the future to protect my brain. I need something in the future to protect my heart. I need something in the future to protect my internal organs. So I think what happened was you had the insects first. Well, maybe not first, but I feel like you probably had the insects. I think we came out of the water and you had you didn't have one thing or the other. I think you have a multitude of things. So maybe you had one thing that kind of went in the direction of like lizards and stuff like that. Because again, if you look at a gecko, to me, I can see how a gecko could be connected to a fish. But we'll talk about that on another episode. But see, even if you were going to connect insects to bacteria, didn't they say that the first shit started in the water as like a bacterium? So see how it's all connected? See what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, bitch, if we had more time, one day I'm gonna hit this blunt, come on here and serve y'all Girl, serve you a real plate, girl. Because after I've smoked, I can really serve this shit to you like Einstein, girl. No shade. If you ever wrote a biology book, girl, you never know, girl. You never know. Maybe one of these days I might just do that. But girl, I'm telling you, girl, if I sat here and served it to you, after I've smoked a little bit of ganja, girl, then I really have all the keys. Not all the keys, girl, but I do have at least 3 of the Dragon Balls, girl. So I'm still looking for a number of Dragon Balls, girl, but I at least have 3. Girl, I at least have 3. So, girl, one of these days I'm gonna have to hit this blunt, come on back down and do the show. The only thing is, girl, I don't know how long I'll be on here because I feel like sometimes being high with marijuana, now I'm not talking about these other substances, girl, with marijuana specifically, I feel like it's almost a spiritual journey. I feel that, you know, to a certain extent, she needs to really maximize her. She needs to be done in a controlled environment where you feel, not saying that you guys are not that, let me be clear. But I'm just saying in general, I think you need to be in an environment where you feel safe, where the environment is safe, and where you can get your life, and where you can really maximize whatever questions you have for the universe, girl, where you can ask those questions and not be interrupted by people looking at you crazy. Because I think what happens is when you've smoked and you're going there, like let's just say for instance, I've had it happen because my partner doesn't get it. All this shit we're talking about, this interests him not one iota. He's not interested in this type of shit we're talking about currently. So I have to do this with my Judies because he don't get this. He's not into stuff that he can't explain or can't see. He's not into that. So when I smoke, a lot of times sometimes I do it with him, but a lot of times I do it by myself because I don't want, even from him, I don't want nobody interrupting my spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody, hey, my love, how are you? You made it to this. We're literally getting ready to wrap up. You said I'm all the way. You better come through Hawaii. 6 hours behind. Damn. See, I be trying to accommodate all the children, but it's like, then you got people in London and here and there. It's just so difficult to kind of get it to where all the children are in one place at one time. But so you said I have to experience what you be telling. But see, here's the thing. You need to smoke with me because, bitch, I'm going to make sure that you don't get paranoid and that you enjoy it and that you go to Planet Goo the way you need to. Because, girl, if you smoke with the wrong bitch, anybody in here who has ever smoked can tell you this. If you smoke with the wrong bitch, then it can go from being like an amazing spiritual journey to you being like, off the chain. Like, oh my God, what's going on? What's happening? Someone's coming for me. And then it's just a pickle. So what you need to do is at some point when I do my little summer camp, if you can hold off up until we do the summer camp, girl, just wait. I'm going to have all the legendary weed on deck. By then it'll be legal, girl, because the way it's looking is like they're about to legalize this shit any day now. You better come through, Queen. Come on through. But yeah, or an uncomfortable situation. But you said, Jamel, she lost a few dragon. Okay. You know what? But hold on. If you said, but girl, you know, but Lauren Hill, you talking about Lauren Hill? I think you may be talking about Lauren. But the thing about Lauren is okay, we're gonna get back on. Damn, we got too much to talk about. See, this is how we are. Girl, every time I try to wrap the show up, girl, then we end up blowing up a new conversation. But let me just say this. So if you smoke with the wrong girl, hey Asia, see y'all, all the children are coming through. We right at the tail end. But you already know, of course, the show is going to be uploaded immediately after the live viewing. So you're going to get all this tea, what we're serving the children, immediately after the show. But I would want you to smoke with, see, I feel like any person who has never smoked or a bitch that wants a good smoking partner, bitch, I'm the girl. Because I'm the one that's going to make sure that you get where you need to go each and every time. I'm going to because girl, I'm the one who has the visa to go to Planet Goo. I have a visa. I have my passport ready. So I know all the right girls to get you through customs. Like, I'm that bitch to get you there. I feel like you better come through, Asia. Yes, bitch. Girl, I'm on my way, girl. As soon as I wrap this show, girl, I'm on my way. But in any case, you know, I'm that bitch for you to go to so that you can get to where you need to be. Because some of these girls, you'll smoke with them and then you be wanting to get your life and you be wanting to go there and they be like, girl, can you chill? That's the shit that's going to blow. That's going to blow your high. Because when you be really wanting to go, you said, I've never wanted to smoke before, but if I ever do, you should. Oh, okay, Ashley, if you do it, girl, don't do it with nobody else. Wait for me. You said, yes, Darby. Oh my God. And I know Mother Steph has quit, but Mother Steph, if you're still watching the show, y'all need to wait for me. Like, if you're a regular smoker, then go ahead on and do your bundle. But I'm saying, if you don't smoke often, or if you've never smoked but you want to try it, wait for Mother. Because I'm going to come through, and I guarantee you, I'm going to give you what you need. It's going to be legendary. You're going to be in a safe environment. And I'm going to make sure that you get your absolute life, bitch. You're going to Planet Goo. You're coming back with knickknacks. Bitch, you're going to have a few answers to some questions that you hadn't yet had answered or solved. Girl, we're going to go there. But see, the thing about it is, I feel like a lot of times when you smoke with the children, they're not ready for you. Like, I feel like for me, when I have smoked with different girls, they be looking at you like, oh girl, would you chill? Like, relax, just relax. You asking too many questions. You doing too much. No ma'am, no God. I don't want a bitch that wants to turn it down. I want a bitch that wants to go where we're naturally going. I feel like when I smoke, let me just paint you a picture of what happens for me. When I smoke, here's what immediately happens. Right away, I feel like, you know what? Everything is going to be okay. I know that life can sometimes bog us all down, but everything is going to be fine. Because you know why? Lauryn Hill told you, it can all be so simple. But we'd rather make it hard. And when I've hit this blunt once or twice, then I'd be sitting there like, you know what? I'm going to do better. I'm going to stop being so hard on myself. I'm going to stop being hard on other people. I'm going to try my best to be a kind person. I'm going to try my best to do what's right. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have the ability to do the right thing. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Hold on, you said if we go to Planet Goo, you said let's not come back. Well, girl, it just depends, girl, because we only have a visa, girl. We can't move in. You know what I'm saying, girl? We there's a whole process to move in. You know what I'm saying? But girl, you said I think we might try it, but let me just throw this out there. If we do smoke on the next show, then it's not a guarantee that I'm gonna stay the whole session, girl. Because I don't want to overstay my welcome because, girl, I have a relationship with some of the girls on Planet Goo. I have a relationship with the Gooians, and the last thing I want is for them to feel like I'm taking advantage of their resources and their hospitality. So no, we can't overstay our welcome, but we can definitely go and visit. I'll let them know in advance. I do have some guests that I'm bringing, some girls that, want to see what it's all about, but girl, but they're just coming to visit. Cause it's just like Avatar, bitch. Okay, so you done came through, and now all of a sudden you done cut down Mother Willow. Bitch, you fucking shit up, girl. We were perfectly fine before this Negro showed up. See why we don't trust these girls? Because they come, they take our resources, they fuck us up. See, this is the reason why we can't stay. So we gotta come. Trust me, you want to go with me. But let me get back to the point. So here it is. When I smoke it, bitch, I be feeling good about everything. Even with my animals, like, when I see them and I be wanting to hug them like, oh, I love you so much. I appreciate you so much. Let me tell y'all real quick what happened. Damn, see, I said I was going to wrap up. This is the last thing, I swear to God. Then we're going to wrap up. Okay, so, you know what? I am naturally high, which is probably the reason why the Gooians trust me. Because think about it like this. I'm completely and totally sober right now. No cocktails, no nothing. So just think, if I'm naturally high, girl, if I'm at level 10 now, by the time I smoke, girl, I'm breaking through the glass ceiling. Girl, so they're like, oh, this bitch is really coming for us, girl. So let's work with this bitch because he is open to the possibilities of our existence. See, the only way you can see, it's just like Peter Pan, bitch. The only way you can fly is if you believe you can fly. Cause bitch, I can sprinkle this Tinkerbell dust over top of your head, bitch. Girl, yeah, I can tell you whatever I want to tell you, but if you jump off this skyscraper and you don't think you can fly, well, girl, splat. Because, bitch, I told you what you need to know. Bitch, just believe. But I don't got no wings, bitch. Just believe. Damn. What more do you want? So she's dead. So anyway, the point is, so after I've smoked, I be wanting to hug my animals and I be telling them that I love them. But I tell them that anyway, but I be really telling them like, girl, I love you, I love you, I love you. But anyway, so let me get back to the point. So my partner and myself had taken, oh, this is my Judy calling me. Hold on 1 second. Oop. Hold on. Hey, my love, how are you? Girl, hold on 1 second, because I'm still doing my show. Hold on 1 second. We're getting ready to wrap up the show, but let me call you right back. I'm getting ready to wrap up, and I'm going to head on out. You at the barbershop? Okay, perfect. All right, my love, I'm going to see you in a little. All right. Okay. Okay. Are we still here? Am I still with you guys, or did I get disconnected completely? Press 1 if we're still together. Okay, we're still together. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we had taken both of our dogs, Felice and Kappa, we had taken them to a friend of ours. It's a married couple. Okay, it's a married couple. And they have 2 dogs. The names are Zelda and Leia. So Zelda and Leia. One of them is a bulldog and the other is kind of like a pit bull mix. And anyway, they rolled the blunt. And so we were letting the dogs play and whatever the conversation may be. And then we started hitting this blunt. Okay, so right away, girl, the spaceship took off, girl, and I'm on my way to Planet Goo. The Gooians are waiting, of course, you know, and because they're so hospitable, girl, they have a buffet waiting for you, girl. I mean, you'll see when I take you there. But the point is, okay, I'm getting my life. I'm enjoying everything. The sun girl, I'm sun-kissed. The sun is just hitting my skin. I'm getting all this vitamin D, girl. Like, I'm feeling like a child of God. Like, I'm just, girl, there's nothing, I have no complaints in the world. So anyway, my partner had said to me, oh, Kappa are the smaller dog, because we have one bigger dog and one smaller dog, and then they have one bigger dog and one smaller dog. Their bigger dog is bigger than our bigger dog, and then I think that our smaller dog is slightly bigger than their bulldog, I think. But in any case, our dog, when she's at the house here, she's very aggressive with Felice. And my partner has said, oh, well, you know what it is? Oh, see, I think he just came home. That's why they're acting up now. But he had said something to the effect of, well, when the time is right, if something ever happened to her, she would step in. She wouldn't just let somebody disrespect Kappa. And the reason why she's doing what she's doing is because that she's letting her do that because she's the big sister. That was his thing. But I didn't like it because I felt like, why is she being so submissive? Why is she letting her do that to her like that? I don't like that because Tamaya was not like that. So I realized that they are 2 different dogs. Okay, Donald, once I finish this, then you can ask me your question. I see that you're ready to ask it. So go ahead on and type it up. And once I finish this, then what I'm saying, then go ahead on and press the question and then I'll answer your question. But in any case, so we're at the house and at one point he and his friend had said something like, oh, Leia is playing with Kappa, but she doesn't want to play with Leia. And because I was high, I really didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, huh? Like, what do you mean she don't want to play? It seemed like she wants to play. And my mind was seeing it as she wanted to play, but that's because I really wasn't paying attention, truthfully. But once I really started to focus in on what was going on, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I see what you mean. But he was like, oh, but what it is Felice is not having it. She does not want anybody messing with her sister. And at first I didn't see it. And then once he said that, then I started noticing like, oh, wait a minute. She is. And she was really aggressive. Felice, who, if y'all ever meet her, you will see she's so sweet, so like affectionate, so like soft spoken. She don't even hardly bark. She'll hardly make no noises. Really, it took us like a month or 2 before we even heard her bark. Like almost 2 months. She don't make no noises. She's so quiet. But when that other dog was messing with Miss Thing, girl, she was jumping all over that dog, growling at her, she was not having it. Because Kappa was like, it seemed like she was afraid of that other dog. Like she had her face was weird. The other dog kept like trying to bump into her and she kept falling over and stuff. So I noticed it after it was pointed out to me, but honey, Miss Felice was not having it. And she was hella aggressive with that dog to where she was like, if you want to get to her, girl, you're going to have to go through me. So what's it going to be, girl? Is it that important to you, girl, or what? And anytime she even thought that dog was about to mess with her, she would spring into action. And because I was high, girl, I was just like, oh my God. Like I kept going up to her like, girl, I love you so much. I have so much respect for you as a woman. I love you, damn, because look at how you defend your sister. Look at how you spring into action. Look at how, and then she didn't give a fuck, because like, she was like, I don't give a fuck if I'm the only one, because Kappa didn't help defend her. So at one point when the other 2 dogs were in the conversation, it was just her going against those 2 dogs, but she was still like, girl, it is what it is, bitch. What's the tea? And so I was just like, I was sitting on the steps with her. At one point, I had all the dogs on the step, and I was like rubbing their face, and I was just kissing her face, and I was just like, bitch, I respect you so much as a woman. Girl, as a mother, as a sister, as a spirit. Girl, I see you. And I honor you today. Girl, we are at the Kennedy Center, bitch. Okay, Kennedy Center honors, bitch. Because this bitch deserves, bitch. She deserves. And I was just like, no, God. Like, I never knew that she served that particular plate, because at home, she's so submissive. Like, she comes across, sometimes she will kind of like snap back at Kappa, but overall, she's so like soft-spoken. So to see her kind of be like, she can be that warrior bitch, like her mother, like me. Because Tamaya was that way. And I was like, because I'd be always comparing them to Tamaya, and I realized that's wrong, because Tamaya is overall legendary mother. So nobody will ever be able to fill those dog shoes, bitch. But at the same time, I do be sitting there like, girl, Tamaya would not let these girls run her down like this. Tamaya wouldn't do this. Tamaya wouldn't do that. But, so in any case, to see her do that, I was like, okay, so she is a warrior too. She is a warrior. She will fight when she needs to. She will defend the little person when she needs to. She will spring into action. So when I saw that bitch, that weed was just, the way I felt about her. But here's what's so funny. So in their yard, they don't have a back part to their fence, right? So they can essentially just walk out the back of the yard and just disappear. And girl, I kept thinking to myself, I kept saying, Lord have mercy. I just got this spiritual connection with Miss Felice. I said, something in my spirit is telling me to keep my eye on her, because I keep feeling like she's going to wander off to the back and just be gone forever, bitch. And so, bitch, every time this bitch would wander, literally, every time she'll wander off into the back, because they have like a creek back there. They have like all these bushes and trees. Girl, I know they, the couple, the married couple, I know they were like, girl, they're fine. But me and my partner were right on top of that, because we were like, no, ma'am, Felice. Like, we would call her Felice. Let me not call her now, because she's going to think I want her. But we would call her name Felice. Because I'm like, I can't have my child wandering off. Because she's beautiful. Her fur is soft, bitch. Her fur feels like, bitch, her fur feels like a silk chiffon dress made from angels in heaven, bitch. You will never feel a fur softer than Felice. Bitch, this bitch feels like a big ass piece of cotton candy is what she serves. So my point is, okay, I don't want this bitch wandering off to the back and then somebody roll through and snatch her up. You know people don't give no fucks. People don't give no fucks. Let me tell you something. I took both her and my other child to the dog park. And when I took them to the dog park, I be having to keep an eye on them, because people love them. They're so popular and people love them so much, especially this little one, because she be wanting to be all up under people. I'm like, let me keep my eye on my child before somebody run off with my damn dog, because I can see it happening. Because they're like, oh my God, this dog is so beautiful. Whose dog is this? Yeah, bitch. Mine. Thanks. Because one time I went to the dog park and I was the only black bitch there, right? It was a bunch of white girls. Which is no problem. It is what it is. But the point is, the white girls were all sitting on one bench and I was sitting on another bench. Not because I had no issue, but just because, bitch, it was obvious to me that they had a little thing going on. And just in general, I didn't have, no, I don't feel like having to do small talk to break into the arrangement. But the point was, all the white girls were like, oh my God, this dog, whose dog is this? Whose dog is this? And I'm just sitting off to the side with my eye on them like, okay, let me just keep my eye on this bitch, because she seemed a little too friendly for me. So when this bitch started to make her way to the exit and I start to see her, oh, come on, sweetheart, you want to come with me? That's mine. Thank you. She's with me. Bitch, don't make me get up, girl, because I will. And it will go all the way to the left, to the left. To the left, to the left. Ooh. To the left, to the left. If this bitch try me, it's gon' go to the left, bitch. I'm not the one. So, in any case, we're going to wrap this show up because we have totally gone over the scheduled time. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes. I love you all down. The reason why we're able to do these conversations the way that we do is because you all make it so easy to talk to you. You all contribute to the conversation, and I couldn't have asked for a better audience to entertain. It's always an honor. It's always a pleasure to be in your presence and to entertain you, and to, just for this small stretch of time, to take you away from whatever may be stressing you out, bothering you, whatever the case may be. It's always an honor and a pleasure. So that being said, I love you all so much. We're going to close this show out. Y'all already know the drill. Via Sablan, Jalite Galisan, the best will always come through. And as always, until next time, baby, that's all there is.